Good afternoon, everyone. This is Shane, your host of Aggressively Centric. Today we've got a couple of news stories to talk about. Right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and talk about Gavin Newsom, Governor of California, just signed a new bill into law talking about deep fake election content and how they're going to start cracking down on that. Now, obviously, freedom of speech is something that we take very serious here in America, and more we're starting to see people edging towards the restrictions of free speech, and especially with the rise of the internet and now with AI. I do understand the deep fakes are out there. Everyone knows they are. But I think specifically saying that you're not allowed to make videos about the election is a freedom of speech violation. I think that people should be allowed to make content, whether it be humorous or real life. People have their own opinions on politics, and freedom of speech is something that we all value and need in America and the world for that matter. I also thought it was a little bit peculiar that at the same time Gavin Newsom was boasting about this bill coming around, we had Hillary Clinton go on the Rachel Maddow show and talk about how there needs to be indictments for Americans that engage in political content. I seem to remember Hillary Clinton being on trial once before, and the prosecutor said, we know that she's guilty, but no prosecutor would take the case to court. I think that's a little bit troubling to say that Hillary Clinton's above the law, but yet they did that. So we'll have to see how this goes down. I see California is leading the charge on cracking down on free speech, and so I hope that that's something we can combat and change in the future. Freedom of speech is very, very, very important. The second thing I want to talk to you today about is one of these conspiracy theories about the 15-minute cities. We hear about this on both sides of the political spectrum. Usually it's tied to China, and they say, China is implementing these systems of the 15-minute cities. And, depending on which side of the spectrum you're on, there's a lot of controversial talk about it. Some people say it's going to be used for totalitarian control. Sorry about that. And some people think it's going to be grand. I think that it mostly goes into the left spectrum of politics, and I feel like comments that were made by Donald Trump recently just echo to me the need for people to be centrist like me in this channel. The right wing has been claiming that these 15-minute cities are going to be prisons, if you will. You won't be allowed to have a car, you won't be able to leave out of your town, you're going to have to be controlled on your internet usage and food intake and all these other things. But at the rally that Trump had just a couple days ago, he made an interesting comment about turning Las Vegas into a smart city that would have movie studios, factories, some of the things that we see in the 10-minute city, 15-minute city descriptions. And so I'm curious, do you guys believe that there is a political divide? Do you believe that the left wing is one way and the right wing is the other? Or do you kind of feel like left wing, right wing, same bird? Because to me, that's kind of the stance that I've taken on the government. I don't believe that there is two sides. I really believe that the government is one whole entity, and it doesn't really have our best interest in mind most of the time. Anyways, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Come back and see me again. Thanks.